What's up there, y'all? How's it going? Man, that's like the first time that's worked that good, that perfect, that fast. Okay. Um, I want to do a video on these things. This, see, you don't see a sticker or a brander in it. It's a plastic cup and a plastic cup, and you can use this to swirl bees and stuff with. Yeah, here's the deal. I'm all about easy stuff, right? Uh, when every time that you use this, um, I'm sure that you know what it is, and basically it takes if you're not doing a treatment that's inside of the hive, like let's say formic acid or apivar, what's all the treatments that you can put inside of a hive, like deep inside. Uh, if you're not doing one of those treatments, this thing is going to take, would you say 10 minutes per hive to check if you're doing this to see if you should treat your hives for mites? Okay. How long does this thing take to use? I've only used one a couple of times, and you know, the information, like here, I just find a couple of faults in the type of information this test is giving us. Uh, Basically, you know, the there's a couple of factors that's into this that gives information that we kind of already know. You know, the factors that go into it, like whenever you're testing stuff and you get good information on things. Let's say you're troubleshooting a machine, okay? Let's say you're troubleshooting a VAV unit up on the top of a hospital and it's not doing anything. The hospital's getting warm. Let's say it's getting hot. The surgery room's getting hot, right? And you're getting this information. You're like, all right, the supply duct is 100 degrees. It's like, okay, well, what am I going to do with that? I already knew that. That's why the place called me, you know? Um, that's kind of like what this is doing. Uh, when you do this test, the things that you're looking at is not even what you're concerned about. Um, Here, basically, what they say is that, um, you know, if you have a certain percentage of mites in your hive, then it's time to treat. Okay. Well, number one, this is not an accurate test because where this is looking, you're picking one frame out of a 20 frame hive, maybe a 10 frame hive, maybe a 5, but typically you're going to be looking at least 10 frames, right? So you're going to pull one frame out of that hive. You're going to get the you're going to do the scoop. You're going to fill the cup up full of bees. You're going to swish them around in here and then see how many mites fall off, right? I mean, has anybody just tried water in these? I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Um, so when you do that and you find a few mites, what you did was you just checked one cup full of bees out of this entire hive of how many? 20,000 or something. So you just picked 300 bees out of 20,000, 70,000, I don't know how many. I know it's in the tens of thousands. So in just that one little spot that you just picked is your sample area. And it's like, okay, I can see, and then you're taking that information that's not, uh, it's not very accurate for incoming information. Okay, you're taking that inaccurate incoming information and you're outputting something that you already know. And that thing is that you already know that you need to treat your bees. And no matter what this says, okay, if this thing shows one mite in it, how many mites can you say you have in this hive? The reason why I'm saying that is 90% of the mites are underneath the cappings anyway. If you're talking anytime between, let's say, March and when August, September, 90% of your mites are underneath cappings. So what's this thing telling you? Not a whole lot. And is it even telling you? Okay, now unless you want to use this thing twice, like the way that they recommend doing it, are you even finding out if your treatment is working? You don't even know that unless you go through your hives and do another batch of bees. You know what I mean? Um, Let me show you what I do. Here, this takes how long to do each time. Uh, let's say that I go through and I do, let's say I have 20 hives and I check 5 of them. Okay? How much time is that going to cost? Time's money, if you really want to get down to it. Um, when, especially if you're in the beehive industry. But then, so how long would that take? Now, and how much work is there? How much are you disturbing your bees and everything? There's a whole lot of stuff to it. But now you want to see what I do? Here's me. I'm going to check. Okay, first of all, I already know that 90% of my mites are under the cappings, okay? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to treat my hive. All right? And then after I'm done treating it, I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to see how many mites are on there. And that's going to tell me how many mites died in that entire hive. That bottom board is checking this every frame in this bottom section. This is just a 5 frame, okay? It's checking those 5 frames. It's checking these 5 frames. It's checking all the way from the front all the way to the very back. Every mite that died in this hive and fell down to this bottom board, I'm gonna see it, okay? So that is the difference between, killing 300 bees for information we already know. And now, guess what? Once I start doing this a few times, it's like, hey, every summer, every July, I'm getting like 100 mites out of most of my hives. And then, let's say that you have a hive that you hit 500 mites on. It's like, hey, let's dig into that. What's going on? Then you'll find that your hive's broodless or something. It's like, oh, okay. Click, click. Yeah, everything starts to. Man, screen bottom boards are probably one of the most powerful beekeepers tools that's ever been made. So you don't need just buy it. And here's the difference, okay? That screen bottom board, it never moves. It's gonna stay there for years, okay? And when you initially buy them, okay, when you initially buy your bottom boards, how much they run? 30 bucks. You know how much a screen bottom board is? 35. And it's gonna save you hours upon hours of time. So yeah, here you need to rethink your way of monitoring, and you're going to see your mites in a different light now. So whether you're using Formic Pro, Apigard, any of that stuff, I'm strictly bottom board showed me a way to use nothing but, and everybody's gonna hate me saying this. They're gonna be like, oh, you can't use just one treatment. That's what they say. And man, I get every mite in my hive dead every year so far. So I think my way's better. But don't we all, right? So, all right. Well, I had to I just wanted to bring that up, and it's a lot easier using screen bottom board. 10 times easier. All right, see y'all. Bye. It's 10 times easier and 10 times more informative. Yes, for sure. See you. Bye.